Hello. Getting a job in the NHS is becoming increasingly difficult. Now, you might be one of those people who has applied for 20 to 30 different jobs and still haven't got a single interview. And this is becoming increasingly common in the NHS, and people are being put off for this reason. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you some practical pointers which can enhance your application and increase your chances of getting an interview and help you get that training job or the non-training job in the NHS. My name is Pasan Witharana. I'm a cardiothoracic surgical trainee currently working in the NHS, and I'm also in the final year of my PhD at Imperial College London. So having successfully gotten training post in one of the most competitive specialties in the UK, cardiothoracic surgery, I do understand how difficult it is to get a job in the UK. And the worst thing is it is becoming more and more difficult over time. So the competition for jobs is getting increasingly fierce. There are not many training jobs and there are so many applicants for each job vacancy. So you need to do something different to make yourself stand out from the rest of the crowd, to make sure that you get the job that you are aiming for. And there are different ways in which you can do this, and I'm going to focus on one particular way in this video which you can practically start doing from today, and that can make a massive difference in your job applications, in the way you write your supporting statement or the way you write your supporting information, and also how you face interviews for your job. So research is an important part of any medical career. Now, some people might not have any experience of research, and some people might come out of medical school with several publications. But for most people, it is not uncommon to finish medical school without having any publications or any previous research experience at all. So if you are one of those people who does not have any experience or any prior experience of research, that's absolutely fine. You're not alone. There are many people who are just in the same boat as you. But there are certain things that you can do to change that and to help make research your friend and to help research get you a job. There are many different ways in which research can help you, and one of the most obvious ways in which how it can make a difference to your application is by leading to publications and presentations. So when we speak about research, research can mean different things. For one, you could be looking at a randomized control study, and that would be an example of original research. But the chances of most people getting to do a randomized control study, especially at very early stages in their career, is not very high. Therefore, most people might decide to focus on something such as a literature review, a systematic review, or they could simply be working towards a publication such as a case report. For most of the medical applications that you might see, you do get points for having done a presentation as well as a publication. Now, if there's a project that you're working towards getting published, the chances of you being able to present it at a national or international conference is very high. Because if you do have a project that is almost ready to be published, then you can send it for presentation at a national or international conference, and that will get you separate points on your application for your job. So one of the obvious ways in which research can help you with your application is by not only giving you marks for doing a publication, but also it can lead to a presentation at very early stages. Now, doing a publication can sometimes take months, could take from 6 months to a year, and in some cases it can take a short period of time. For most people, it can take a bit longer. However, for a conference presentation, you don't have to go through all that hassle to get you the marks. Once you have a project you can submit to a conference, you can do that and you can present that, and that will still count on your application. It's also worth keeping in mind that presentations and publications can help you long term in your career as well. Now, this could be when you are applying for higher specialty training, or could be even as a consultant when you are applying for a job. Having presentations and publications on your CV can add a lot of weight into your portfolio. Now, next I'm going to focus on another benefit of doing research and also working within publications and presentations sphere, is that it will lead to networking opportunities with other professionals such as yourself in your field. Now, when you got to know people who are in the same specialty as the one you are aiming for, who has the same hospital as the one in which you want to apply for, it can increases your chances of getting a job even more, because there are several instances where before a job even is advertised online, you might get to hear about it through your contacts. So one of the other benefits of doing research is that you get to network from people within the UK and also from across the world who can then help you in your future. And the third benefit, which I'm going to focus on, is the commitment to specialty. Now, if you work on several publications or projects on a certain specialty, for example, this might be cardiology, this could be orthopedics, it can show that you are committed to this specialty when it shows up on your application. Now, this can make you stand out compared to someone who doesn't have any publications or who has publications within different specialties. So having a few publications or having even one publication within one specialty will look good if you do end up applying for that specialty, because it shows that you are committed and you are passionate about pursuing a future within that field. Another obvious advantage of doing research is that it gives you something to talk about during your interviews. Now, for someone who has done research, you could find a way to speak about your research or your research experience, or what you have learned from your research experience or projects during your interview, and this can really enhance the answers that you give to the interviewer. And that can ultimately make a difference in terms of how you are pursued or how you come across during your interview. Finally, it's also worth noting that doing research can take time. Okay, so it's something that you need to think about starting now if you haven't done that already, because even once you start working on a research project, you can mention that on your application to say that you are working on a particular research project. And for example, if you can state that you are working with the team of researchers from a hospital that is already based in the UK and you are applying for a job within the UK, and it will also look nice on your application because it shows that you are proactive and you are already taking the steps to establish your career in the UK and in the NHS. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to comment them in the comment section below, or you can also message me directly. And if you're looking for a course or a workshop that is going to teach you these important research skills, please click on the link below and it will take you to a course which include all of the components. And if you have no previous experience of research, it will teach you the basic skills you need to know from scratch. Please also feel free to check out my other videos, which will show you how to use some of the tools which are already out there online if you are just getting started with research.